Hey guys, this is Nathan Booth, and this is IPV week 4, and I'm going to be showing you some of the changes that I've made over the last couple weeks, including the prototype that I've created, which has most of the navigation for my application done all throughout it. So that's kind of nice. So last time I showed you guys anything, I showed the changes to my creative brief where I had made these wireframes and put them in. Well, now the wireframes are actually interactive. I will note that the colors are off on this little prototype simulator, as well as the textures aren't very visible on here, but there is actually texture throughout here that's kind of like paper, and all of these images still need to get put in. But without ado, I'm going to show you some of the aspects of my app. So this is going to be an Android tablet app, and it's going to be primarily using the navigation drawer for getting around. These three down here don't have anything in them yet, but I saw this in some of the Google Play apps, like Google Play Music has these, and I thought that might be a good idea on how to just get users to let me know how they're liking the app. So all of these are clickable. If I click this up here, it's going to take me back there. It's not going to have any problem there. And if I click any of these, it will take me to the respective section of the app. Again, there is a texture, and it doesn't typically look this plain and weird white on yellow. It actually looks pretty nice. So if I go to recent items, this is going to be populated with some of the more recent things that the user has looked at. So any of their most current in-use characters, their campaigns they're playing, and any searches they've made will be on here. And I have it where if you click any of these, it will take you to that section. So right there, what happened was I clicked a character and it took me to the character screen where you can see the backstory, you can see all this. All of these are clickable right now, so you can go into stats. You'd be able to see the stats for that character. Go into feats, and you can see the feats and their explanations. If you were to click any of these, it would change the explanation to be correct for that feat. Go to skills, same thing as feats basically. It also tells you how many skill points you have and how many skill points per level your character gets. So that's kind of handy to still let you know what's going on in the background. And once again, this just explains the different skill to the side and tells you how many ranks you have in it. Ranks basically means how good and how efficient you would be in using that. Spells and special abilities. I'm wanting this to actually only show you spell stuff if your character is capable of spells. Otherwise, it would automatically default to special abilities. But all of your characters have special abilities. So this is kind of a similar thing. I'm trying to keep the navigation in this app very consistent across the different kinds. Basically always having this side fragment here that allows you to click on content and then get more in depth. That's basic tablet layout, and it seems to work pretty well typically. Have to switch back to spellbooks. Haven't had everything linked up through there yet. Now if you click any of these, which are basically this is supposed to be, you're clicked in on one of your spell books, and then it gives you the options for the different spell levels. And if you click that, it shows you how many spells you have in it. And if you were to click this, it would give you a more in-depth description about that spell. You're able to filter them, of course, right there. And then finally, inventory. Over here you have your gear, and over here you have the items you're actually carrying and your money. I'm wanting this to kind of work similar to how the spell system is working on here. So you click and you get like a dialogue that shows you a more in-depth thing. Same here. And the reason why I'm going with that is just it's a large amount of items, or at least potential for a large amount of items. So it's probably best way to go about it, as opposed to having a large column here and always giving you your definitions here. if I go into dungeons, I'm able to click one of these campaigns and it will take me into this. This is meant for a dungeon master to be able to view, so they can add things on the fly right here and search for things. And then they can also keep track of the players in the campaign and whatever monsters or NPCs they're using. You can also put notes right here to kind of help them stay on track of what they're doing in the campaign so that they don't get as distracted ever. Let's see. So that's that. And then finally you have lore. And lore, these should all be clickable. Oh, I don't have that section put in there yet. This is it's going to give you base of the manuals, and if you click the manual, then it'll give you a very similar screen to what we've been seeing, but it would actually allow you to go through the entire manual as if you were actually reading the manual. So as opposed to looking for specific things. Now if you click here, sorry about that, that is a accident right there, and you click filter, then it actually switches you to this view where you're able to filter different things, and any results you get you can click on and it'll give you that. So sorry about that. So one of the things that I forgot to put in here is just a category drop down right here that actually allows you to change the filters here. I did make all the screens and I have them loaded up. I just forgot to put in the part on here to go between them. But depending on what you're searching for category wise, it will add or remove different filters. And some of them are short, like I think feats only adds one more search filter. And then other ones are really, they have the potential to be long. I think the spell one actually puts it to where it's about this long off the screen. Other things I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do is how players see the dungeon section and how it recognizes if they're a player. I might do a back-end system for that where it's actually kind of a social network type thing where the people are connected to each other, and creating in general. That's the big thing I need to tackle this week, is how players are going to be creating characters and how players are going to be creating dungeons. I wanted to have that in this week. I just couldn't really wrap my head around how I wanted that to be laid out yet, and everything I tried was just bad. So that's what's on my plate. Some problems I encountered this week is just, I know it looks really basic, but it's a lot of content in one app, and it's a bit difficult to figure out how that is supposed to flow correctly, and how it's, how to make it where it's still user-friendly. I mean, the purpose of this app is for it to be simplifying D&D by giving players a new tool that is less daunting than a book. And so I have to try and design it with that in mind, that this is supposed to be something that's extremely straightforward to any user that is picking it up, whether they're used to using mobile applications or not, whether they're used to D&D or not. It needs to be straightforward. And so that's been my challenge, and probably will continue to be my challenge for the entire development process of this app. Next week is our alpha version is needed to be completed, and what I'm wanting to have completed in that is, and I'm hoping to have this completed, some of this completed by the weekend, actually getting more code done, is having it where primarily the character creation, that seems to be the hardest part of this app to get done right, and so that is the most important part for me to get done first, in my opinion. After that, I would like to get the lore section done so that players can search for whatever they need. And the reason why I picked those two over the dungeon section is the dungeon section is something that would be great if I can get it implemented, but it's really not the crown jewel of this app. It's really not what's going to get people to use it. It's it's going to be the creation tools and the searching tools that make people want to download this and use it over one of the monster manuals or player's handbooks for D&D. So that is my goal, is to get character creation done within the next couple days, and then the searching system done. That's primarily going to be just entering in a lot of content and finding the right way to have that content delivered for the lore section. And then for the beta week, I'm wanting to focus more on the dungeon section and just polishing this app up. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed my app, and I look forward to working more with you guys next week.